Republicans and conservatives, I guess, they write emails, they write comments, they call, and they say I'm a bad guy because I call these people stupid, right? And I call our president, who's clearly one of the dumbest people we've ever had in any elected office, let alone the president. I call him stupid, so I'm the bad guy, right? I'm the bad guy. What am I supposed to call this guy? Take Syria down a peg or two? What does that mean, you frickin' moron? What does that mean? That means we're going to start a war with them. We're going to have all sorts of people that, of course, are not related to you that you don't know. They're all going to die. Americans are going to die, let alone all the civilians in there. They're all going to die because you, tough guy, want to take Syria down a peg or two. And for what reason? What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Occupy Syria? Is that what you're going to occupy Iraq and you're going to occupy Syria? Yeah, what do you think is going to happen? Do you think Syria's going to say, oh, sorry, Mr. Tough Neocon Woolsey, I didn't know you were going to bomb me. Okay, I surrender. What can I do for you? I'll be your new dog. Do you think that's what or perhaps, could it be like Iraq, what's going to happen is they're going to fight us tooth and nail for the next 10, 20 years, and then we're never going to frickin' win because we don't know what we're fighting for because we went in there so Woolsey could feel great about himself and take people down a peg or two.
Well, Cenk, they're going to roll over. Because that's what they've done in Iraq, as we've seen.
Now, when they go down a peg or two, it will be very hard for them to get a leg up.
How are we going to have them stand up after we take them down a peg or two? Because, that's step two. First, shock and awe, take them down, and then stand them back up, and then fight them again, then bring them back up, fight them again, bring them back up, and then every time be surprised, like, oh, look at that. Now, look, that Afghanis that we trained, they're fighting us. Oh, look at that Iraqi army we stood up. They're going to be fighting us. Oh, I would have never figured. Nobody could have predicted it.
I don't know what would happen. I'm not sure, but it strikes me as an incredibly valid question that no one seems to ask, is that isn't it possible that we would embolden Assad if we had airstrikes?
Of course! And not only embolden, but we would empower him because the Syrians, who might or might not be on his side, would have to be on his side if we bombed him.
Right.
Nationalism would take over. God, these people are painfully stupid, and they're not going to pay the price for it. You are. You're going to pay it with taxes because we've already spent $300 billion in Iraq, and according to the most conservative estimate done by the nonpartisan organization in Congress, okay, not on either side.
Office of Management and Budget.
Okay.
The Congressional Budget Office.
The most conservative estimate says that if things go great, they start throwing roses at our feet and we withdraw as soon as possible, it's still going to cost us another $300 billion. That's the best estimate we get. That's $600 billion overall. So you want to spend another $600 billion in Syria, and you want to...
In Iraq.
No. I'm saying now in Syria, after you bomb Syria. And then you haven't even gotten to Woolsey's Iran yet. And Iran has got 70 million people in it. Nearly 4 times as large as Iraq.
Well, they can't. I don't believe that they're suggesting, I wouldn't really put anything past them, but they're not suggesting an invasion of Syria or Iran. They literally think that the bombings will do it.
They are so... I don't know how many times I got to say it. Ben's right, by the way. He's half right. He's half right. Look, in the beginning, in the short term, they're saying, oh, invasion. Oh, we don't need ground troops. We're going to be the liberators. We just bomb all their civilians, and afterwards they'll love us. So we won't need any ground troops. Now, it's possible that they won't love us. They'll hate us, and then when they attack us, we'll need ground troops. But that Woolsey hasn't figured that out yet. But it's entirely possible that, of course, Woolsey knows that. But he thinks, let's figure out a way to trick these guys, meaning the American people, like we did in Iraq. And you see how in there he threw in, nuclear weapons and ballistic missiles. What nuclear weapons? What are you talking? Again, just a total lie. At best case or worst case scenario, Iran is going to have weapons in 5 years. Syria, not even close, right? So what nuclear weapons are you talking about? Ballistic missiles. And he throws that. And he says, don't worry, America. Just like they did in Iraq. It'll be easy, and they're coming. They're coming. We're already at war. This isn't about Israel. This is about us. And we better hit back and start a gigantic war that we have no idea how to win right away. And, of course, my favorite part of that, all of that is where he says, no. The ceasefire is the last thing we'd want to do.
That's a good part.
Ceasefire is the last thing we'd want to do? Of course, because if you're a warmonger like Woolsey and his neoconservative pals like William Kristol and Newt Gingrich and Rush Limbaugh and all these other guys, You love war. You love blood. You're a maniac. So the last thing you would want is a ceasefire. You would want more people to die for your ridiculous, foolish, and dangerous ideas. Because you love to see people bleed for you. I hope you're happy, Woolsey.